What's going on, YouTube? It is currently 5:11 a.m. Um, couldn't sleep. Really, it's not even couldn't sleep. I didn't even really make an attempt to go to sleep. But while I'm up, I want to do something productive. Uh, if you are new to the channel, I do have a playlist on real life topics. I will link that in the comment section if you want to see more of those videos. Haven't reacted to one of these in a very long time. Shout out to Made to Express. Um, He's had some pretty good videos that I've reacted to in the past. Let me put these on. It's late, man. Protect my eyes. Um, this video is called "This SpongeBob episode will make you stop procrastinating." My baby's up. She's yeah, she woke up too. But hey, we're here. Um, First of all, God bless y'all. Hope everything's going all right with you. And yeah, man. Hopefully this video benefits somebody. Hopefully it benefits me because I need to stop procrastinating. I have a lot of things I have put off over the past year, months, weeks, and sometimes I get in a groove where I catch up. Sometimes I get out of that groove and it's hard. Like I put myself in another hole where I gotta play catch up again. And it's a work in progress, man. It's a work in progress, but I'm trying, and yeah, yeah. But hope he's always had some good videos, and hopefully there's some gems in here and some discussion points for us. If this video relates to you in any way, feel free to express yourself in the comment section, and maybe that'll help somebody else. Maybe it'll help me. I could have sworn I just cleaned these good, but let's get to it.
To tell you, procrastination can be a good thing. I've seen so many videos on procrastination and how to stop it, like it's some terrible habit that we need to do everything in our power to avoid. These are very informative videos, don't get me wrong, but what can truly change our lives in a positive way is when we start to use procrastination to our advantage. I'm gonna rely on my good old trusty friend SpongeBob to demonstrate a little bit of what I'm talking about. One of my favorite SpongeBob episodes of all time is Procrastination. In this episode, SpongeBob is assigned an 800-word essay that's due the following day. At first, he gets pretty excited, knowing that with the completion of the essay, he will be one step closer to his driver's license. However, when it's time to write the paper, he starts coming up with a title and just blanks out after that. Throughout the episode, SpongeBob looks for any distraction he can to avoid doing the actual work. Obviously, as he continues
I I'm pausing for a simple reason, but this is what I do, bro. I have something very important that I need to do. I have a deadline and I'm just pushing it further and further and further and further back and put myself in a bigger hole. And I keep focusing on all this other stuff. I will find, like, if I'm being honest, YouTube and Twitch, bro. I put energy into that knowing that I shouldn't be doing that at that moment, knowing that I have something else important that I should be focusing on. But since this is productive, I tell myself I'm doing something good. But I know I should be putting it towards this, and it's it's so hard. I don't know why, bro. I watched this video. If y'all are familiar with Abba and Preach, um, Abba, they two good friends. They have a YouTube channel together, pretty successful. And Abba recently found out that he has ADHD, and I was wondering, do I have ADHD? Like some of the stuff that he was describing of, of himself, and he's probably in his 30s. He just found out that he has it. Some of the stuff that he's describing, I can very much relate to, and one of those things was procrastination. But I don't know. That's the thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why it's so hard for me to do certain things that I don't want to do. But I need to lock in.
to goof off, time slowly begins to run out. Every time he would go back to attempting to get more work done, he would just put more and more unnecessary pressure on himself.
I
It
do
gets to a
that.
point where he starts to have a nightmare about the consequences of what could happen if he doesn't get the essay done on time. And when he wakes up, he realizes that he only has 5 minutes to finish the entire paper.
I
Suddenly,
do
a
that.
brilliant idea hits him to just start writing down everything he did in the episode to make the essay harder than it needed.
I actually have to study, and I think that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write this stuff down because I was looking at it on my laptop, and I was looking at it on my phone. I think I'm gonna write it down.
To be.
Feeding your snail is something not to do at a stoplight. And making a sandwich. And lighting candles. And drinking water. And calling your friends. And karate chopping the TV. And shooting the breeze with the mailman. And falling asleep.
What helped SpongeBob complete the essay is when he started to make it fun for him. His procrastination helped him come up with ideas to complete the essay. Sure, it was ultimately pointless because Mrs. Puff is a barnacle head, but you get my point. Sometimes we
It's that's kind of a tough thing, like being in that mental space of trying to make something that you don't feel like doing fun, you know, trying to compartmentalize that and make it fun. I think I think babies, man. Well, she not baby no more. But dang, I lost track of what I was saying. Making things that you don't feel like doing, making it fun. Like it's so tough to me. One thing that does help when I'm constantly listening to like David Goggins or something, when I have him like on repeat and I get in that mindset, it makes the stuff a little easier, but it's hard to stay in that mindset. And I think a big thing is planning, and that's something I don't do because like you can do, but I think you have to kind of plan and prepare for when you're going to get knocked off your pivot, or plan and prepare for yourself to take a break or take rest. Plan it out so you don't just burn out. Just have it planned and it's in increments so you can keep moving on beat. You know, and I think I need to do that more honestly. I, and I think that could help make the process somewhat more enjoyable because you have something to look forward to.
have to do boring work we don't want to do. But the best way to go about it, in my opinion, is to somehow, some way, make it enjoyable in any way possible. Whether that's listening to music or giving ourselves a reward at the end of it all, there needs to be something to convince the brain that doing the work will be worth it. From my experience, procrastination happens for two main reasons. One, we don't actually care about what it is we need to get done. Or two, the project is so ambitious, we want to avoid the pain of doing the actual work or screwing it up. Number one,
Where I'm at right now is that I don't actually care. I got something important to do, and I don't actually care about it. Like there's no passion in it, but I just got to do it. The project is so ambitious. We want to avoid the pain of doing the actual work. I can relate to that sometimes when it comes to editing. Like it's gonna be hard to find these videos because I have 4,000 videos. But like there's some videos that I spent hours, like 6 hours editing, hours, and for me to do that now, I don't think I could. And there's some things, when it comes to YouTube, I would love to, but it's just for me to lock in like that now, I don't know. And there's some things that I want to do better, but um, yeah, I can relate to this to some extent for sure. But personally, where I'm at right now is number one where I'm at as far as procrastinating
work or
in my
screwing it
life.
up. Number one is mainly what I'm talking about when I say realizing the benefit behind procrastination can be a real life changer. It's important to be
I want to apologize for pausing it so much, but at the same time, it's like I don't. So this app right here, I'm trying to show you, here it is. Now it's an investment. It's an investment. You get what you get in life. I mean, you get out of life what you put in. But this here is called. Let's see, Opal. OPAL. And what Opal does, you can actually block your apps. So you can do this with your screen time and your settings as well. But this is another barrier as well. So and sometimes you need that for self control so you don't get distracted. So if I click on let's see, if I click on Instagram, this is what pops up. Pretty much just a block. Instagram, whatever. I don't use TikTok like that, but just for myself to have no distractions at this given time. Um, yeah. So it's another layer of I can't think of the word. It's like another firewall, another layer of protection for yourself, to keep you accountable. You know. So yeah, I think that might be a good investment for some people. Now it's $99 a year. You break that down, how much is that a month? But they charge the payment all at once. They got me on a free trial, and then I end up paying for it. I was like, screw it. Um, Pulling up the calendar. 99 divided by 12. It's $8 a month. $8 a month.
honest
Not
with
bad.
ourselves on why we don't want to do something. When something doesn't feel right, we can't just ignore that. Maybe that's not where our passion is, or maybe there's a more efficient way of going about it. This can be emotionally challenging to think about, but try to be open to new possibilities. And what's helped me for the second reason as to why procrastination occurs is just to break the project down a bit. It's exactly what SpongeBob did. He just started writing down quick notes. With ambitious projects, it's easy to put extra pressure on ourselves
I
on
need to
getting the
rewatch this
whole
video
thing
later.
done in one go. But that's never an efficient
I need
way
to
of doing
channel this
anything,
again.
really. Just take it one step at a time. If
I have for this homework, you could say, I have 69 questions that I need to know the answer to all of them off the top of the head. That's a lot. 69. That's a lot. And it's been overwhelming for a while. And I'm not gonna lie, once I broke it up in sections, I felt better about it. I felt so much better about it. Like the idea approaching it felt so much easier. Like I'm not thinking about I gotta do 69. I'm only thinking about I gotta know 20. Even though yes, I have to know 69, but my brain is not even thinking about the other 49. Like literally, like once I broke it down in sections of because it's already broken down, it's already categorized. But once I focused on just category one, my brain just I felt so much better about it. But yeah, I think that's a big thing right there. Breaking stuff down. Number one, creating a plan, creating a schedule, breaking stuff down so it doesn't feel as overwhelming.
we start small, chances are we're going to have the motivation to end big. I want to end by letting this misconception be known. Just because we don't want to do something, that doesn't make us procrastinators. That doesn't make us lazy. It just means we're unmotivated. And is that really a bad thing? I'm not trying to justify unhealthy habits. Just because we're unmotivated, it doesn't mean we should just give up trying. But my point is, instead of worrying about how to stop procrastination, start thinking about how to get motivated. Our best work happens when we're inspired. So good luck on your project. Hopefully this video helps you out a bit. I love you guys, and I will see you all next time. Don't forget to express yourself, and have a great one.
Shout out to Made to Express. Shout out to you, bro. I don't think I could be wrong. Let me go check the playlist. I don't think I've watched one of his videos in years. It feels like. Let me see. I see one 4 years ago. 4 years ago. I watched one 2 years ago. Okay, okay. Yeah, but shout out to bro. I needed that. I needed that. I was honestly I was looking for something to react to on a real life topic basis, and yeah, that one is what I found, and I'm glad I came across that one. Um while we on here, man, if y'all got a little bit of time to kick it, let me see. I'm gonna get a little bit off script. One sec. I'm gonna try to stay on topic though. I'm not gonna try to diverge too much from the I'm not gonna try to diverge too much from the topic. Excuse me. But I'm gonna check out the verse of the day. Trying to be better, man, as a person, as a dad, as a brother, potential spouse one day, you know, like bro. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like feeling overwhelmed. I know the feeling. If you feel it, I feel it. I'm with you. I feel it. I feel it very often. Trying to do better, and we capable. We're capable of being that robotic individual. That's that superhero to an extent. But yeah. Verse of the day, Bible app. Go ahead, read that real quick. Luke 18:14. I tell you that this man, rather than the other, went home justified before God. For all those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Stay humble. Stay humble. But yeah, I guess recapping the video by Made to Express. Again, shout out to him, man. He's put out some very good content. To recap that, number one, what I'm gonna do is apply this. Number one, the 20 questions that I have, I'm gonna write them down. It is what it is. I'll spend maybe an hour straight just writing everything down and saying it out loud as I write it. I think that'll help retain some of that and I think that's I feel like I had something else that came to mind. I'm gonna rewatch the video for 2, and for 3, I just need to do better and focus on planning. I need to do some planning. Why not? I got an idea while we're here, bro. Why not? I got another vid for y'all. Just keep it a buck. And it goes somewhat hand in hand with this here. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted, but I've never thought to react to one of this guy's videos on the channel. I'm gonna pick the short version. I'll pick the short version. Hopefully it hits just as hard as the long version, but we're gonna see. So Dr. Andrew, I believe his name Andrew Huberman. He did some research on a part of the brain called the anterior mid cingulate cortex. And what it does is a part of the brain that grows, but it only grows when we do something we don't want to do. So when we are challenging ourselves and we're putting ourselves through something that we don't want to do, and it has to be genuine, otherwise it's not gonna grow. Oh, man, it's got my brain kind of thinking right now, man. Um, in this video, he is talking to David Goggins, who is like the definition of the human Iron Man. He's ran hundreds of 100 mile, not hundreds of, but he's run plenty of 100-mile races. Former Navy SEAL, very vulgar, so he does curse, but he's genuine at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. He's authentic, and I can take some cursing with that.
Most people don't know.
So there's a full podcast. I've seen the full podcast. I've heard it already. This is a clip. There's a longer clip with more context to this, but this is a shorter one. I haven't seen the shorter one, so hopefully this provides enough context, but we'll see.
This, but there's a brain structure called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. As we pointed out before, that's a noun, it's a name, it doesn't mean anything. Right. We could call it the Cookie Monster.
Right.
But what's interesting about this brain area is there are now a lot of data in humans, not some mouse study, showing that when people do something they don't want to do, like add 3 hours of exercise per day or per week, or when people who are trying to diet and lose weight resist eating something.
Right.
When people do anything that they, and this is the important part, that they don't want to do.
Right.
It's not about adding more work, it's about adding more work that you don't want to do.
Yes.
This brain area gets bigger.
Yep.
Now, here's what's especially interesting about this brain area to me. And by the way, I'm only learning this recently because it's new data.
So, doing something you don't want to do. So, let's say I did this one weekend, like after I watched this the first time, I would act off of every positive impulse that I had. If I had the thought of sweeping the floor because it needed to be swept, I didn't feel like doing that, but I would do it. If I had the thought of getting down and doing 10 push-ups, I would do it. If I had the thought of doing some pull-ups, I got a pull-up bar, I would do it. And if I had the thought of cleaning this up or picking that up, like if I walked past something and the thought was positive, I would act on it because I'm doing something that I really don't feel like doing, but just do it. And it's hard to live like that. But again, I think if you set your life up and again it comes with relating this to the procrastination video, you're planning, you're putting things in motion to where doing hard things become easier. I think it makes living like that easier, to where the things that you don't want to do is just second nature to you, where I do this because I know I should, even though I don't feel like doing it, if that makes sense. Yeah, somebody, if you don't get it, comment in the comment section. If you do get it, help the person out who commented that they don't get it.
But there's a lot of it. The anterior mid-cingulate cortex is smaller in obese people. It gets bigger when they diet. It's larger in athletes. It's especially large or grows larger in people that see themselves as challenged and overcome some challenge.
Right.
And in people that live a very long time, this area keeps its size. In many ways, scientists are starting to think of the anterior mid-cingulate cortex not just as one of the seats of willpower,
Right.
but perhaps actually the seat of the will to live.
See, now we're talking.
And when I learned about the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, I was like almost out of my seat. And I've been in the neuroscience game since I was 20.
Now
We're the
we're
same
talking.
age. And I was so pumped because I've heard of the amygdala, fear, prefrontal cortex, it's planning and action. I could tell you every brain area and I teach neuroanatomy to medical students. But when I started seeing the data on the anterior mid-cingulate cortex, I was like, whoa, this is interesting.
Yep.
And all the data point to the fact that we can build this area up.
Yep.
But that as quickly as we build it up, if we don't continue to invest in things that are hard for us, that we don't want to do, that's the part that feels so Goggin-esque
Yes, sir.
to me, that we don't want to do.
Mhm.
Like if you love the ice bath, yeah, I love the ice bath, and you go from 1 minute to 10 minutes, guess what? Your anterior mid-cingulate cortex did not grow.
None.
But if you hate the cold water, if you're afraid of drowning and you get into water and put your head under,
Yep.
then your anterior mid and survive, then the anterior mid-cingulate cortex gets bigger. But if you don't do it the next day, or if you do it the next day and you enjoy it, because hey, I did it yesterday, woohoo, happy me, Merry Christmas, as you
Right.
would say.
Merry Christmas.
Guess what? The anterior mid-cingulate cortex shrinks again.
Yep.
To me, this is one of the most important discoveries that neuroscience has ever made, because it's that I don't want to do something, but do it anyway.
That's right.
I think the challenge here would be, and again, this is for me as well. There's a parking lot behind my house, and I've been meaning to go back there and run a mile back there for the longest because I've been making excuses about going to the gym. So I'm like, man, I got a parking lot back there. I used to run back there all the time. I need to get back to just running. Like, just why not? Maybe even more than a mile, whatever. Just run. Even if it's 5 minutes, just run. Just start. And I think the challenge, for if you're struggling, is to make a list as long as you can. Make it as long as you can of things that you could do that you don't feel like doing that would better you and help you. And if that sounds overwhelming to you, make a list of 3 things, just 3 that you don't feel like doing that would better you. And just do one a day, one thing a day. If you feel like you have the capacity to do more, do so. But yeah, as we grow, hopefully I can get more advice in the department of planning to make this mindset and this feeling sustainable long term, because that's the issue for me. Again, I get into these grooves and I get into these nice grooves short term, but it's about sustaining it long term. And yeah, but I think for sure the running, going to church is a big one, dog. I've been telling myself every week, I'm gonna go to church, I'm gonna go to church, I'm gonna go to church. I've been saying this for months now, and I haven't been. But I need to write that down as well. I'm probably gonna rewatch this video after I upload it. This is for me as well, hopefully help somebody, but definitely for me as well. So I got a lot of work to do, and yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. I don't got much else to say here. I'd be dragging it if I keep going. I could talk longer, but God bless. Hope y'all have a great day. And yeah, take care.